like to look in the mirror and say I like you. Choose how to.
Why, hello, and welcome to the PHP. My name is Chris Booker. That would be Perez Hilton. How are you?
I'm happy to be with you all again, but definitely saddened by the death of Bob Saget. We'll talk about that today. We're also going to talk on the flip side of emotions, the cringiness of Kanye West and his new girlfriend, the embarrassment of Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson, the nonstop nudity of Britney Spears, the Weeknd and Angelina Jolie are real, Demi Lovato's latest makeover, and so much more. But before we get to things, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. My Steelers snuck into the playoffs last night. It was the craziest NFL day in the history of football. I won my football pool. It was a good weekend. Everything was football for me this weekend.
I saw this. The Raiders are also in the playoffs, right?
The craziest thing happened, and just, put your hand up when you're bored. The wildest thing happened. Okay. So last night, for my team to get in, the Jacksonville Jaguars had to beat the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are really good. The Jaguars are terrible. The Jaguars, for whatever reason, showed up and kicked the crap out of Indianapolis. Well, then my Steelers had to win. They won. No one thought they'd win. So the only thing that couldn't happen for the Steelers not to make the playoffs. This is crazy. The Chargers played the Raiders last night, and as long as the game did not end in a tie, the Steelers would get in. Now, is that going to happen? Of course, they go into overtime, tied. They get down to 30.
Wait. I didn't think it was possible for football to end in a tie.
Absolutely, it does. So what happens is you get 4 quarters, and if you end in a tie, you go into overtime.
Yeah.
You go into overtime. Then the first team that scores a touchdown wins. However, if you run down and you score a field goal, the other team gets an opportunity to go down the field once as well and kick a field goal if they could make it. That happened. So it became a tie game, and it came down to there was 20 seconds left. Now, this is the crazy part. The teams could have just knelt down. The Raiders could have just went down on a knee and said, you know what? Tie. We both get in the playoffs. But the Chargers called a timeout. No one knows why. And the Raiders were forced to do another play. They did another play, which resulted in a score, and they won the game. So I was thinking, well, my playoffs are over. That's it. So essentially, the Chargers coach gave the Raiders the game. I'm serious. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in football in my life.
I had no idea that my question was, and the only reason I follow so many people from Vegas, because I have a lot of friends in Vegas, and somebody posted that on their Instagram story. So that's how I knew. Well, that's exciting for you and for Las Vegas, but not for Los Angeles. I didn't know that the Raiders beat us. Oops.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Yeah. The Chargers.
We now have 2 football teams, though, but Los Angeles does not care about football, I feel like.
Well, it's funny because Los Angeles is still a Raiders town. There's more Raiders fans here than there are anything else. What should have happened is the Raiders should have come here, and then they should have sent the Chargers to Las Vegas.
Pick? Oh, you mean like the teams? Yeah. We don't need to get into that. Who cares? I'm good. I'm happy. That happened a while ago. Like, that's an old conversation. Who cares? I'm gonna Chris Booker you, Chris Booker.
I told you I didn't think you'd care about any of this.
Well, I cared about the beginning part of it. That was an interesting little thing. Anyways, I'm good, tired, but I feel like this week I'm finally going to be able to get back on track. Finally. Last week I just had too busy of a week, like social, which was good because that's what I'm trying to manifest in my life more. I went to my bestie's birthday party, which was an outdoor dinner. And then on Friday, he also had a get together at a gay bar, which, I was in Vegas over the holidays and I wasn't very nervous there, but the West Hollywood gays don't care about COVID. Okay. Like they're going to give it to
It
each
doesn't
other.
exist.
They don't care about COVID. So like I went, but I did not have a single drink, not even water. I kept my mask on the whole time,
Really?
even when outdoors, because I was not risking it. I don't want to
Yeah.
get my kids sick and have them miss school and all of that and yada, yada, yada. But if you are sick, anybody watching right now, because we're still in this explosion of the Omarion,
Omicron.
I know that was a joke. Omarion is the singer.
Oh, I always say Omarosa. Okay, I get
Oh,
it.
all right. If any of you are sick, sending you all positive vibes. All righty. So, I mean, what can be said that hasn't been said yet about Bob Saget? I think in some odd way, there is a parallel to be made between Bob Saget and Betty White in that both of them were blessed to work so much. I mean, and they both had that one role that they're most known for. But Betty White, you know, she was on the Mary Tyler Moore show. That was an iconic show. That show by itself would have been enough to make her a TV legend. But she did the Mary Tyler Moore show. She did, you know, the Golden Girls and so much more. Bob Saget was on Full House. He was on America's Funniest Home Videos, which was very popular for a long time.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah, he was the narrator on How I Met Your Mother. He was on Entourage. He did so much. What a blessed career he had. So, you know, what that means is when you're constantly seeing somebody, you're constantly front and center in mind. You start to develop a real appreciation and like for that person, and you grow up with that person. Like Britney Spears, for example, you know, like if I'm not even wanting to say, but like if somebody that you grew up with, still being talked about, dies tragically or suddenly, like you might make fun of me, but it feels like a member of your family passed away.
No, I get that. I mean, you have such a, you know, you create a warmth for these people that means something to you, and to know, like, not even to guess, but to know the guy was a good guy. Like he was just one of the good ones. And there's no one that would really debate that. There's no one that would be like, well, you know, he's kind of a shit on the side. And he wasn't. He was a great guy that kind of really dedicated his life to charity because of the passing of his sister. He just seemed like a really solid dude. And I know you knew him a little bit. I didn't know Bob at all, but
I mean, I definitely knew him not well, but like well enough. Like, you know, he DM'd me in 2020. I would see him I knew him through John Stamos. Stamos is the person that I know, but I mean, John Stamos and Bob Saget were like brothers.
They go hand in hand. Sure.
Yeah.
And Rickles just died, and that was their third, you know, I mean, that Stamos loved Don. So I'm really feeling for Stamos today, because I know he has such a affinity towards Bob, and they really were best friends, you know. So,
and you know what, like, I'm not even I'm not speculating. I have no idea, but I'm just thinking ahead, right? Like I'm thinking about 3 months from now, like if the autopsy results come out and they show that he died of a drug overdose, who cares? I don't care. Does that make him any less in any way whatsoever?
No, of course not. Of course not.
But, you know, people are starting to speculate about that already. And it's
really?
like,
I'm just thinking he had a heart attack, you know, just maybe an aneurysm.
I think he did like to smoke cigars a lot. I don't know if that. I went to my, actually, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to verbalize it, but I'll tell you afterwards, because I'll get your feedback on it. Anyways, I'm a share or whatever. It's not a big deal. I had my physical last week and my doctor said my cholesterol's higher than normal. And like, now I'm like kind of freaked out. I'm like, what? He's like, I don't think you need to be on medication for it. But I'm like, how is that possible? Like, I think I'm a healthy person.
You're not. Your eating habits are so yo-yoed. Yeah.
And that affects your cholesterol?
Yeah. That is the only thing that really, that and lack of exercise, cardio.
Oh, I do both. Next year I'm not
Okay,
gonna.
peanut brittle.
Next year I'm not gonna set up my physical right after the holidays. I'll do it at the end of January, and I think I might get a different result.
You think?
Anyways, the last time I saw Bob Saget, I didn't mention this at all yesterday. A reminder, like one of the. I feel so lucky too. Not that I'm comparing my career to Bob Saget's, it's incomparable, but I've done so many things throughout my career.
Sure.
In 2015, right as we started this podcast 7 years ago, simultaneous. I was real busy that summer. I was in an off-Broadway musical, Full House, the musical.
That's right. I forgot about that.
The musical parody. And I played both Danny Tanner and Bob Saget. And what was funny was, well, whatever. It's like that little asshole. He should have come see us, but he didn't. But he did invite us backstage when we went as a group to see him on Broadway. He was starring in a play called Hand to God, and he was lovely and delightful. And that was the last time I saw him. And I I did work with him in 2007. He, amongst the many things he did, he also hosted a game show for a season or two, or maybe even three. I don't remember how many seasons. It was called 1 versus 100. And I was a contestant on that game show. And yeah, I don't know. My heart goes out to his 3 adult daughters. Losing a parent is awful, especially losing a parent suddenly. So sending positive vibes to them. And actually, yesterday, I was surprised because they seem like douches. The Olsen Twins released a statement, and they want nothing to do with the Full House legacy. Like, they didn't even make an appearance for one episode of the Fuller House reboot, but they definitely sent a statement out, and it was lovely. I don't know why the Olsen
Why
Twins...
would you think they're douches just because they don't want to participate in social media? I think that makes them very cool.
Not because they don't want to participate in social media, but because it wanted nothing to do with Full House.
Well, that doesn't mean they don't love the people that were on it. They just, they've moved on in their career. It doesn't necessarily mean anything.
You couldn't even like pop into one episode real quickly.
You don't owe anybody that. Doesn't make you a douche that you don't want to do it just because you want them to do it.
No, it's not even about me. It's like, I know that the cast wanted them to do it as well. It's like you couldn't do it for your co-stars that are like family.
They moved on. They were child actors. Whatever decision they make as adults, I can't hold that against them.
It's like, I do stuff all the time for friends that I don't want to do, like as favors. Like, I'm happy to help my friends out.
Yeah. I think all of their friends did okay.
Yeah, they did okay.
I think they did all right.
All right. We mentioned Betty White. I don't know if this is true or not, but it would be nice to believe. According to Carol Burnett, who worked with Betty White on the Betty White was on the Carol Burnett show a lot too. Like, jeez. She did Mama's Family. She played a character on that. Like, icon. Actually, I went on such a Betty White hole last week. Like, she actually had one of the first sitcoms ever. Like, she had a sitcom in the early 50s.
Really?
I think it might have been called The Betty White Show or something like that. Like, I clearly never watched it. Anyways, Carol Burnett says that Betty White's last word was Alan, the name of her late husband. So don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, I hope that's true. And I hope that her last days were not lonely, because she didn't really have family or kids and just an assistant. So whatever, let's keep it moving. All right, on to lighter stuff. Kanye West. Last week, we spoke about his new girlfriend, the one that's in her 30s, that's an actress. I didn't know much about her, but she's not only in her 30s and an actress, she also had a baby 12 months ago.
Really?
So she's a new mom, and that might put a wrench in her Kanye plans. Because Kanye wants his girls to be at his disposal whenever he wants to, like, travel to Paris or go here or do that. That's definitely a red flag for me in terms of, like, I don't think it's going to last, but I love it, man. Like, this woman is getting all this attention, and I'm happy for a hustler to get their hustle on. And, you know, it's like one of those symbiotic relationships. You know, she's getting all this clout and Kanye's getting all the pussy he wants, I'm sure. And attention. He loves attention too. Let's be real. Over the last week, they went public after less than a week of dating. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They met New Year's Eve and they went public, like not even going public in public, but I mean, they went media official on January 6th in a magazine website, on Interview Magazine. She wrote an essay about Kanye and their relationships. And
wow.
She's like, yeah, he got a whole room full of clothes for me and blah, blah, blah. They had like all of these photos they gave to the media. And I'm like, that's on one hand embarrassing and cringe, and on the other
I would have went with that word. Yes,
but on the other hand, I love how transparent and fame hungry it is.
Yeah,
I respect that transparency and fame hunger, and thinking that, you know, everybody cares about our relationship, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know.
it does make for fun fodder. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people do care. I
don't think anybody cares. I just think it's people care about Kanye and they know who he is. And it's just sort of interesting, but you know, putting care on it, I don't know about that.
Like, I didn't even mention her name until just now. Her name is Julia Fox. So get it, Julia Fox. Speaking of, on the other side of the world, Kim Kardashian went on vacation with Pete Davidson to the Bahamas, and I'm shocked that they haven't broken up yet. They're still making it work. And I was sort of hoping that Miley and Pete would be a thing, but according to reports, she's got a new boyfriend. She's dating some drummer dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe a good look for Miley. Like,
yeah, good looking kid too.
Dating a dude who is in the same world, but not really front and center, that she can be the alpha in the relationship. She just needs to find somebody that's comfortable having her be the boss. And there are some dudes like that, you know, that happily let the woman call all the shots. Not that there's anything wrong with the woman calling all the shots. Personally, though, I'm a fan of like an equal relationship where you both call the shots and it's like, you know, a real partnership. But congrats to all of them. Speaking of Kim Kardashian's sister, Khloe, even when apologizing, Tristan Thompson makes things worse. How is that possible? After we recorded our last podcast, it was confirmed through a paternity test that Tristan Thompson's alleged baby mama, the latest one, was indeed his baby mama. And he wanted to publicly confirm this and apologized to Khloe Kardashian for how he's treated her. And he did. And the response to that was, like I've said, and like I've thought, it's been weird, like people lacking any sympathy for Khloe Kardashian, people mocking her, and just the whole thing's become a joke.
Yeah.
But it's not a joke to her, it's her real life.
Yeah.
So yeah, that went down. And I know people wanted us to talk about it.
You know,
what else can we add?
What would you say? The writing was on the wall. We knew
I
from
would- I
miles
think-
away that this
I
was
think-
going to happen?
Here's the thing. I think his apology is hollow. I think he should have.
Well, of course. The
Yeah.
guy doesn't exude any sort of element of a real man. Okay. He just seems like a shit. He just seems
Well,
like the
what I
little
would-
head runs the big head.
Yeah.
And that's his thing. Like that's but why everyone saw that. You know what I mean? Like everyone has seen that. So when it eventually happens, I just go, well, it is inevitable. So I don't really put too much anything into it. I was like, oh, it was today that it happened. Oh, okay, it's today.
What he should have done is pulled an Army Hammer and said, I'm so sorry to Chloe. I'm so sorry to my family. I'm so sorry to women.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care
wait,
about
let me
women.
finish.
Come
Let
on.
me finish. And he should have said, and I'm going to treatment to get help to be a better person. And he should have gone, even if he didn't think he needs it, like just going to get help just for appearances. You know what I mean?
Appearances to who? The rest of the NBA? He doesn't care.
The world.
The guy doesn't care. He doesn't care. The guy he picked her to get what he wanted. He got it. You know, he wants all the pussy in the world. And there's going to be a certain sect of women that have no respect for themselves that are going to chase after him because they don't care. Go back a story. People, it's like Kanye and what's her face? Julia Roberts, whatever you said her name was. They seek this out. There are people that will do anything for that shine, right? We've seen it a million times. So I just shrug and say, okay, you're the one this week, huh? Okay. Oh, you're going to be the one this week. Everything that he does doesn't shock me. That's him. I think that's what the fans of her say. This was pretty obvious. Hello. Like, you didn't see this one coming.
I just wonder, what his children. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I mean, they're going to be normal, happy kids. It's just family dynamics are difficult enough.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a brother or a sister that's in a situation like Tristan Thompson's, you're probably not going to have the best relationship with that brother or sister. Hopefully I'm wrong, but whatevs. All right. In other couples news, Taylor Swift is so smart. I saw, because I follow some Taylor Swift stalkers, like a lot of hardcore Taylor Swift fans. I did not know this. So Taylor, did you know that there's like a website or websites that you could track planes, and you could track private planes?
Oh yeah, there's apps as well. Sure.
Yeah. So if
So when we go out in the water sailing, we have an app. We know when the buses go over, we're like, oh, that's on its way to Frankfurt. That's on its way to Dallas. You can see every plane above you and where it's going. It's really cool. I don't know why I'm so nosy and care, but I do. I think it's fun.
So, some of these hardcore Taylor Swift fans know the numbers. I think she has more than one private plane.
Yeah.
So they know the numbers of her private planes, and they know where her private plane is at any time.
That stalkerish. I love it.
I know. So one of the accounts that I followed is like, wow, Taylor's in Tahiti.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a Google search, Taylor Swift Tahiti, and this was a few days ago, and a local news outlet wrote a report about her being in Tahiti. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, wow, it was in French, I think. And I'm like, wow, not a single English language outlet has reported about Taylor Swift being in Hawaii and Tahiti. And then I'm like, why is that? And then I thought to myself, well, it's probably because nobody cares. And then I thought to myself, nobody cares on purpose, by design, because she has so smartly made her private life boring and that relationship private.
Why does that make
boring.
her so smart? It just makes her the fact that she put everything out there and realized I don't want to do that anymore because I'm tired of being in the press.
No, but it's like she knows how.
I don't know if it has anything to do with intelligence. I don't get how one has to do with the other. She's purposely made her life boring so people will track her. I think her life just became boring. She just got into a regular relationship just like the rest of us.
No, she did that on purpose. She could easily, I'm very serious.
You're a nut job.
No, I'm very
serious. She didn't purposefully.
Yes,
she fell in love. No, she didn't. No, she fell in love, Perez, and she's with someone and she's going out of her way to keep that part of her life private.
Exactly. That's a choice. That's what I'm getting at. She could very easily go to movie premieres with her boyfriend, walk red carpets.
She's done all that. Why does she doesn't need the attention.
That's what I'm getting at.
She's always, but why does that make her smart? It doesn't make her smart.
It makes anybody smart that's learned from past mistakes and corrected and fixed and improved their life.
Well, that's not saying that anything she did in the past, going to a premiere or supporting other people, is a mistake. That's just what she wanted to do then. Now she's a grown-up and she wants to be in a grown-up relationship that has nothing to do with you or me or any other dickhead. She just wants to go out and live her life. And she's just doing it.
Oh, I think it's smart. Whatever.
I don't think it has anything to do with intelligence. But good for her. I'm happy she's happy. And I wish I was in Tahiti too.
I choose to look in my mirror and say I like you. Choose I choose.
You know, I heard that high chew makes you smarter. Not scientifically proven. I cannot confirm if that is accurate or not, but I do know that high chew definitely makes your mouth happy. These candies are, read the nutritional information for yourself. I think they're a healthier alternative to other candies, and they're just as delicious. Check them out. This bag right here is the fruit combos, but they have so many other flavors to choose from as well. High Chew is PHP recommended. It's fun to have out. It's great if you're trying to lose weight, not just because of the nutritional information, but personally, I love that they're like, portion control, like the sizing of it. It's not like you're having like a big bar of candy or whatever it might be, or like ice cream. Like this is probably why I have higher cholesterol. Like I have to eat the entire tub of ice cream. So this is much better. And we want you to love High Chew as much as we do. Visit high-chew.win. That's hi-chew.com/win, W-I-N, and enter to win an exclusive basket full of High Chew candy and swag. While you're there, check out how you can become a member of the High Chew crew, which is an exclusive club where you receive special offers and all the cool things. Go to highchew.com/win. In more couples news, The Weeknd, I don't know why this is, because I like him. I like The Weeknd as an artist, but I didn't listen to his new album. Did you?
I don't think I did.
He dropped a new album on Friday. Congrats. And there's one song in particular that got people talking. The song is called Here We Go Again, featuring Tyler, the Creator. And there is a lyric in there that The Weeknd sings that goes, "My new girl, she a movie star. I loved her right, make her scream like Nev Campbell. But when I make her laugh, swear it cures my depressing thoughts. Cause baby girl, she's a movie star. Baby girl, she a movie star."
When did he become such a shitty lyricist? I mean, that is awful. That is just terrible.
He's always been a shitty lyricist.
No, I can't feel my face. I mean, that was, it was about the blow. I don't know. It was tongue in cheek. This is just like stupid.
I don't
My
know.
baby's a movie star. Come on.
I
Jumped shark.
he's always I remember last album doing the same thing, like reading lyrics of the Weeknd's song, and
Mhm.
he's never been a great lyricist, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's not a bad lyricist, but he's not consistent there. That's a
Yeah.
better way of saying it, perhaps. Anyways, congrats to them on, I guess, making it official.
Unless it's another movie star.
Who else would it be? He's been linked to her.
Have they been spotted together
Yes,
recently? Oh, they have. Okay, I didn't know
multiple
that. I feel like it's been a quite some time since we reported that.
No. They've been spotted at concerts, at restaurants.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
They weren't even trying to hide it, but people thought they were just friends or a business arrangement or whatever it might, like, for some reason people just refused to believe that it was real. I mean, this may, like you said, it might be somebody else, but I don't know. I think it's them. All right. In more music related news, Britney Spears just last night, yesterday, posted a belfie. You know what a belfie is? A butt selfie. I mean, it wasn't really a butt selfie because she had somebody else take the photo.
Yeah.
But she was wearing panties that revealed a lot of butt and posted it. And then a few days before that, she posted a very naked photo on Instagram.
Perez sent me that one.
It said, "Free woman energy has never felt better." That's what she captioned it with. She covered herself with emojis all over.
Mm-hmm.
And what's weird is I posted a photo inspired by that.
Ugh, why? You need to stop doing that. You're
Well,
wondering what's wrong with your career? That right there. No one wants to see that. Literally, no one wants to see that.
People loved it, actually. I did not lose followers. I did not lose followers for that one. But
I love that that's the gauge.
Well, I don't care if I do lose followers because I did it because it made me happy. But what's interesting is people did not question my mental health when I did that.
I do. This guy does. I think my algorithm is smart enough not to have shown me that. Kudos to whoever designs algorithms on phones.
Well,
they're working.
Actually, I don't know if you know this, but Instagram made a change that people's default now, you probably may not have seen the Britney Spears photo either, because
I don't follow her though.
Oh, okay. Well, they made a change recently where sensitive content like that Britney photo or mine won't show up on your feed unless you manually pick on Instagram that you want sensitive content shown to you.
Huh.
So you have to make that change.
No thanks. They're doing a great job.
You don't want to see
the fact that I didn't see you trying to do that picture. Kudos, Instagram. You finally done something right.
You don't want to see all the hot chicks in like barely any clothes.
Somehow they make their way to me. I'm not sure how, but they do.
Oh, you're still seeing them?
I see hot chicks. They know that I don't want to see any part of you naked.
No, but I mean, do you see the hot chicks like naked on Instagram?
Not so much. No.
You should check that you're not, that you've got the right filter on.
I'll live. I don't need more hot naked chicks in my life. I'm full up.
Anyways, I know that our reader or our listeners and viewers are we're probably going to get questions about this in the calls. Why? Okay, let me try to break it down. In a real basic way, I would imagine that Britney's life would probably be better if she just for a while lived a quiet, simple, basic, boring life.
Maybe she's not smart like Taylor Swift.
But she doesn't want to do that.
Right.
she clearly is loving the attention.
Yeah.
And it's different from Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I would say she's not smart as Taylor Swift. If she knew what was good for her,
I was being sarcastic.
I know, but I'm gonna
intelligence has anything to do with either one of them.
I think it does. I think if Britney were smarter, she wouldn't be engaging in all of this.
I think
right
Britney's
now.
state of mind is suspect to suspect.
I had never. I didn't say anything about her mental health. I'm just talking about intelligence.
I just said state of mind. I am not necessarily talking about mental health either.
Yes, you are though.
Not necessarily.
Are you? I'm asking you directly.
No, I just think that she is somewhere else than maybe a Taylor Swift at her fame level. She's just somewhere else. She's somewhere different.
So you're saying she's doing it for attention. I said that.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying her state of mind is different than Taylor's is probably more thought out.
Smarter.
I don't know if it has anything to do with intelligence. It's just more thought out. Just because you think doesn't mean your thoughts are intelligent. Look at you. All these things you think, moronic. You think posting a picture of you doing Britney Spears is a good idea. It ain't.
It was.
No, it definitely was not.
Wait, I should show it to you.
No, thank
annoy
you. Just going to go ahead and pull my screen up, and I can't see you.
Wait.
Can't see you. Doesn't matter. Put it up all you want. I can't
funny.
see you.
Look,
thanks.
Look, you got to look at it. Look.
I already moved my screen up. No, I'm looking at Apple's
all right.
GarageBand. I'm just going to keep this here just in case. See, I fucking know you've still got it up. I know you do. You can tell by how you're laughing. I don't even have to see you. Come on, let's continue. I got shit to do today.
All right, fine. Anyways, let's talk about her fiance for a minute.
Who?
It's Britney's.
Okay.
A lot of fans think he's a bad influence. And I don't know. What I think, and listen, I like to be honest and real. Do I think he's a bad influence? No, I don't think Britney's fiance is a bad influence, but I think he's definitely a yes man. And there's an element of their relationship that's like he's maybe constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to piss her off or alienate her or say something that might cause her to dump him and push her too hard or tell her what she needs to hear.
I don't see it that way. I see it the other. No, I see that he has no savvy whatsoever. I think she does look to him for comfort and guidance, and he's the one thing around her that's clearly on
she
her
does
team.
That. Yes, she does that. And
but I don't think he's on eggshells. I just don't think he's that bright. I just think that he's not saying, hey, this is probably not a great idea. Like, what are we doing this for? I think anyone in a relationship, no matter what, if you're running a Fortune 500 company, you're probably still talking to your husband or your wife about said company and the things that are going on in your in your Inc. So I don't know if I see it that way. I don't think he's on eggshells. I just think that she's operating from somewhere else.
Why do you keep talking in circles about Britney or dancing?
Because the things she does makes me talk in circles about Britney.
Be direct.
I am being direct. I kind of think that there's, as I've always said, there's something going on there that's not.
Well, we all know this.
That's me being direct. That's me being as direct as I can be.
Just say it. She clearly still has mental health issues. I'm direct.
Okay.
And she's, I think, still getting help for it. She's getting help for it.
Okay.
She's just not under a conservatorship anymore.
Mm-hmm. We know all this.
Yeah. A lot of people have mental health issues. All right, let's move on. Even more music related news. I gotta admit, two things. One, I was disappointed to see the reaction that this got. And two, I was disappointed that it happened. Jason Derulo got into a fight with these hecklers in Las Vegas. Did you watch that video?
Mm-mm.
So some random dudes saw Jason Derulo in Vegas and they trolled him in person. It was a troll. They insulted him. They said, "Hey, Usher."
Oh, I read about this, and
Yeah.
I guess I've seen some TikToks about it. I didn't really understand the joke, but okay, continue.
Yeah. They're like, "Hey, Usher, fuck you, bitch." And then that set him off and he attacked them. He got into a physical altercation with these losers.
I see Jason Derulo getting in like a breakdance battle with other people. I don't really see him,
That would have been funny, but he
throwing
didn't
up fists.
But he threw up fists, and I was disappointed because I like Jason Derulo, and I've always liked Jason Derulo, even if he's not cool.
Yeah.
And it surprised
He's a
me.
nice guy. He's a sweetheart of a guy.
It surprised me because he's developed over the last 2 years this like clean image reputation, like Mr. Nice Guy on TikTok and whatnot. And this kind of now tarnishes that. Like if I'm a brand, I'm definitely going to be.
Nah, I think it's just today's news cycle. It'll be gone in 2 weeks. It's
But
not that big of a story. You know what I mean? That
But
people,
brands remember that.
I don't know. We've seen worse.
Brands are constantly looking for excuses not to give so-and-so money.
Right.
They'll give the less problematic person money.
But Jason Derulo isn't like the Apple brand guy. Jason Derulo is more like, rubber band workout guy. Okay. I mean, I don't think they care is my point. I think he's just at the level he's at, and I don't see him losing much business over this.
All right. Well, I'm also disappointed that Jason Derulo did not issue an apology over it.
Well, we don't know what was said, and
we do know what was said. It was caught on video.
It was all on video.
Yes.
Were they like videoing it to try to get at him?
Probably, but who cares? We saw it all go down. He should have known better.
Yeah, keep walking.
Jason Derulo. I'm disappointed. All right, even more music related news. Demi Lovato, according to reports, recently completed another stint in rehab. That's a good thing. I mean, it's unfortunate that Demi relapsed, but relapse is part of addiction, and it happens to most addicts over and over and over again. But thankfully, Demi decided to get help, and I think we didn't realize it at the time, but I think we talked about this 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, maybe. Demi came out and said that Demi doesn't believe in California.
Right. Yeah. I just figured that this had something to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that probably happened while Lovato was in rehab. Demi also shaved the entirety of Demi's head.
This is ridiculous. You trying to.
All right, Demi shaved their head. And Demi also got a tattoo, a huge spider tattoo on their forehead. Not the forehead, the side of the head. What does a spider even mean? What's the symbolism of getting a big old spider tattoo?
What does any tattoo mean? I don't know.
But wishing Demi well, congratulations to them. And finally, before we take some calls, Melania Trump is very Melania Trump. This is just funny to me. Not even getting political. This is just funny. Actually not even many. I would say all former first ladies, ... with the exception of Melania Trump, after they leave the White House, they all focus on philanthropy. They all focus on charity work. Not Melania Trump. She is releasing an NFT and selling like a hat that she wore during her time, and doing this all for profit. She wants to make money. She also painted a watercolor, I think or selling somebody else's watercolor. I don't know. She's donating a portion of the profits to charity, but she's pocketing the rest of it. And that just seems, I mean, well, when I think, is that tacky? I mean,
yes. Yes.
But how
if they
is
have
that,
as much money as they say that they have, then
but how is that any different than releasing a memoir that's for profit?
True.
When I think about it, actually. All right, let's take some calls.
Okay.
Hi, Perez and Booker. My name is Damaris. I am from New Jersey. I just finished watching Red Table Talk with the Estefans and the one about cancel culture that you were on. It was a great show. I felt really bad for you. They came for you hardcore, Acere. I don't even know why they did that. However, I'm really proud you handled yourself with such grace. And I love how you kind of put the question out there of like, well, that's what I'm doing, but isn't that what you're doing too to Gabby? I felt like Emily was already on the defensive when you got there. And I don't think it was fair the way they sort of bullied you a little bit. I'm really proud of you. I don't think that they understand the concept of like, you know, when you did that stuff, it was during the shock jock days, but you know, it is what it is. Again, very proud of you for the way you handled it. It was a great conversation. Some of it was lost, but again, you know, these young kids, they, you know, we're a different mentality. Love you guys. Love the show. Listen to it all the time. Besito. Bye.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You know, and go ahead.
I expected them to quote come for me, so I knew what I was signing up for. And yeah, the daughter Emily, I still like her even if she came for me hard.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is, and you know what, it's a different show. The Red Table with Jada Pinkett Smith and Willow Smith, they have a different style and a different approach, and that's fine. You know, I'm thankful for the opportunity, and I think I handled myself well as also.
Yeah. The whole thing is like going after 2008. I mean, give me a break. Another point that you never made is, you know, you could put together every picture of every celebrity that was nuzzled right up against you. There's, you know, a list of, it goes forever. Okay. Why are they not co-signing your behavior? They were right there while you were in the midst of fame. They had no problems taking pictures with you. They had no, like, it's because it's just what it was. Once again, it's like picking a fight with 2008. It's just dumb. I mean, I like you, but I have no interest in watching that. It's just, it's silly. It doesn't even make sense today to go back and say, well, you know, I'm mad because you did that 10 years ago, or that's the way the world was 10 years ago. It's fucking dumb. It's just the way it was. Okay. Don't be that way if you don't want to be. But like, I don't know, coming forward and attacking it just is low hanging fruit and bad television, if you ask me. That's all. So,
I mean, yeah.
There's my 2 cents. Here we go.
Hey, Perez and Booker. This is Amanda calling from Maryland. I was so excited when Perez asked if people, any of your listeners still watch The Real Housewives, especially Orange County. I can speak for myself. Yes, I do. I am obsessed with The Real Housewives. I've been obsessed since Orange County came out. Oh my goodness, so many seasons ago. And I think why it has such staying power is it's sort of, they found the correct formula, the people at Bravo, and they basically have turned it into, I would compare it to like the modern day soap opera. If you think about what makes soap opera.
Yeah, but I get that. Yeah, I get that. But even like your favorite soap opera, like Melrose Place or 90210 or Falcon Crest or Dynasty or whatever, do you really want that to keep going more than like 10 years max?
I think people do. I mean, when you look at soap operas, my mom still watches Days of Our Lives. And
Really?
yes, and my mom's been watching Days of Our Lives since I was in
Your mom
diapers.
still watches that?
To this day,
Wow.
she still records it every single day. I mean, I used to watch as a kid. I know who Victor Kiriakis is. I know who Bo and Hope are. I mean, I watched
I just
these,
think
and
it goes in contrast to like human nature. Like we kind of off people, like even like musicians, right? Like people lose interest in their favorite musicians after a while. A lot of times.
well, or their favorite musicians lose interest in that thing that they do that you liked. Like they grow and they move on to another sound or another feel, and you're like, hey, I just kind of signed up for that. That happens a lot, you know. I mean, if I look at my fandom of Prince, my fandom of Prince was mostly through the 80s, and you know, it's Purple Rain. I mean, I love Under the Cherry Moon, but then you started to get the Graffiti Bridge and all these other records, and I'm like, this isn't what I signed up for. It's a little, you know, he wanted just to continue pushing and being different,
And he was. I love that.
and he was, but it just wasn't. The sound wasn't congruent with where I was in my life. I just sort of kind of, I still loved him, but I didn't, you know, seek out the new stuff as much as I used to. It's hard to grow and change. That's why a Taylor Swift is so good, because, you know, looking at like Folklore, I love that fucking record. If she would have done another Reputation, I mean, I was out then. I thought that music was terrible.
She did do that. She did Lover. That was like the in-between album. Lover was like a little bit of a hodgepodge.
Yeah, but it's growth, and yet I still like it. It's, you know, I feel like as her sound is growing up, she's slowly dragging me along, and I'm down for it. But you know, like I said, I was lost at Reputation, though. I mean, I was like, this sucks.
Oh, I love that album.
What's the ones with yeah, You and Me, A Bad Reputation? Ugh, that was just low hanging fruit.
I love that album. There was still some great songs on there, like Delicate and
Delicate's a great song. You're right. And well, maybe I got my records wrong. What's the one before it?
The one before that was 1989. That was epic.
You know, that was a good record too.
Lover was afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to calm down.
Yeah, that was not my jam.
I still love that song.
Do you? Yeah.
That's a good song.
Okay,
and The Man, that was a good song too.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me. Let's do one more call here, and we'll wrap it up. We need more calls.
Hey, Perez and Booker, this is Sarah from North Carolina. Love your podcast, but having to spend so much time listening to you two bitch at each other about what you either value or devalue of what someone is doing or differing opinions, listening to two grown men bitch at each other for this long is just getting to be a bit much. Thanks.
Welcome to the show. I think, haven't we been doing that for every episode? Maybe we should grow, Perez, and move on. Maybe we're not smart enough.
Clearly we're not smart enough. You reminded me that earlier today. All right. Well, reminder, we need more calls. Booker said 800-721-1185. I don't even know why I forgot to mention earlier, but like 30-second sign off postscript. I've got to give them credit. They've handled their situation well. It seems like, you know, last year we were talking a lot about that daughter of Kellyanne Conway, and we haven't talked about her in a while. Something similar is going down. Ted Cruz's daughter.
Oh yeah, give it to me.
Made a TikTok saying she doesn't agree with everything her dad says, and this and that and the other. So just somebody to keep an eye on. I expect we're going to be hearing a lot more from Ted Cruz's 13-year-old daughter, even younger.
Yeah.
Although at 13, they can control what she does. If they're smart, they're going to nip this in the bud, unlike Claudia Conway, and that got out of control.
Yeah.
They need to like delete her TikTok They just no. Oh no, that was too much of an error. It's deleted. You're not
Deleted.
boom,
Right.
gone.
Right. Yeah.
So what I
All
have to look forward to.
Let's hope not. All right.
My kids love me and we love you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Take care.
Bye.